Singer-songwriter Billy Joel, he has a new documentary series on HBO Max. It's about 3, 4 episodes, something. No, I think it's 2 episodes. Yeah, it's 2 episodes. And Billy Joel is someone that I've heard his name here and there, but I never listened to his music. I never really dove in what he's all about. But because of good advertising and marketing, I decided, you know what, let me check out this documentary. I love documentaries, whether it's sports, movies, music, anything historical, I'm down to watch. I just love documentaries. And I made a great decision to watch this documentary because it was absolutely sensational. I learned so much about him. And there were songs that I've heard before, but I never knew that it came from Billy Joel. So it was just astonishing. In the first episode of this documentary series, it was about the early beginnings of his personal life, his career. And I thought it was crazy that his first wife, Elizabeth, I believe that's her name, who then became his manager at a critical time in his career, she was with Billy's best friend, and then Billy ended up with her. So, and then that affected the relationship at the beginning between his best friend and Billy. But credit to Billy's best friend, even though he felt betrayed and everything that happened, but he was still there for Billy throughout tough times. And Billy was a person that he suffered a lot of depression throughout his life. He was a person that to a certain extent struck me as low self-esteem in his young career. He would get discouraged, but he's someone that also went through a lot. So in the first episode, you saw diving into the relationships that he had with his best friend, with Elizabeth, his first wife, him trying to surround himself with a good team, because the people that he surrounds with, the people that he surrounds himself with, he wants to feel that it's part of a family environment. So Billy is a loyal person. He likes to keep around people for a long time. And then in the second episode, oh, by the way, you had some interesting appearances, like Nas. Nas got interviewed in this docuseries. And then you had other musicians as well, but Nas was the one that stood out to me the most because when I used to listen to hip hop, he was my favorite hip hop artist of all time and one of the all-time greats. So the fact that he was in this documentary was interesting. In the second episode, Billy is Jewish, so at the beginning of the second episode, he talked about his relationship with his dad and how he didn't have the best relationship with his dad. Also, his ancestors, what they had to go through. They dealt with a lot of anti-Semitism. The story that Billy shared about his grandfather and everything he had to go through, him almost landing in the Holocaust. That whole, you have to see the documentary for yourself. It is such an incredible, powerful storytelling about Billy, about his personal life and his career. It's just unbelievable. I learned so much from it, and I really enjoyed this documentary. It was tough to learn about Billy had to let go a manager, his manager, who's also the godfather of his daughter, because he was basically stealing from Billy. Billy was putting out these #1 hits, #1 albums, but he wasn't getting enough money like he should have been. And it turns out that at first he didn't want to accept the reality that his manager was taking advantage of him, because he known him for such a long time, to a point they consider him family. It even got to a point that he trusted his manager more than his second wife. And his second wife, by the way, when I saw his second wife getting interviewed, I'm like, where did I saw her? She looks familiar. And then bam, it clicked in my head. 30 for 30, No Mas of the Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran part 2 fight. She was in that documentary because she was the photographer for the No Mas fight. So I never knew that she was with Billy until I saw his docuseries. So she got visibly emotional telling the story, the part that she felt that Billy trusted the manager more than he trusted her. And everybody tried to warn Billy about his manager, his close friends, everybody, but he was very hard-headed at first. He didn't want to hear it, he didn't want to accept it, until he finally gave in and decided to go to someone to check all of his money, the taxes and stuff like that. And yeah, he was basically getting ripped off. And but these are business lessons for once around me person, since I'm an entrepreneur, someone that has 2 companies, which is very small, and I'm trying to make it profitable in the future. Watching that, I take those lessons for me as well. It's important to always learn about celebrities or anyone that has gone through business trials and tribulations. They've been ripped off, they've lost money, taxes, etc. All of these things are important for me to watch and to take in, so then I don't have to make that mistake. Usually every business leader, every entrepreneur, etc., anything that has to do with business, there's gonna be at some point when the SHIT hits the fan, and that's where you have to be strong and never give up and never cave in. So Billy, everything he had to go through, especially from a business standpoint of music, it taught him that he needs to manage his own things and always keep an eye on his stuff. So he decided to take situations into his own hands and handle his own stuff and things of that nature. And one of the things that I admire about Billy, learning from this documentary, is that he's a terrific songwriter, because there are songs that just by listening to the sound and the lyrics, I'm like, this guy has a lot of talent to write music. And another thing that stood out to me about this documentary is that Billy, every album, he tries to make it different. So he's one of those artists that he's never fully satisfied, because he just constantly wants to get better and better and better and better by each song, by each album. And he constantly wants to switch things up. You will see him switching up producers, switching up so many things, because he wants to do things differently. And that's something I admire and I respect about him. So, but again, guys, check out that docuseries from Billy Joel. It's new, 2 episodes. Each episode is like an hour long or so. Yeah, it's more than an hour. So, and I really took my time slowly to watch all of this, because it was just magnificent, and it really keeps you on your toes. You just have to watch it. Just have to watch it. And I'm not gonna say much because I'll leave it right there. Now, my review for this docuseries from 1 through 5, I give it a 4.4 out of 5 stars. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, be safe. And may God bless each and every one of you. Take care and have a great weekend.